Welcome, 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 welcome to another episode of UFCEvent.net. My name is still Jimin and Safa, and you're still watching. Yeah. This is the prediction of Strikeforce Nashville. Let's start the show. And let's start from the top. Jake Shields versus Dan Henderson. Very, very interesting fight because, two good top level fighters. And Jake Shields got 13 straight wins, so he's hot. But first of all, Jake Shields is a welterweight, and he's fighting a big middleweight fighter as like Dan Henderson. It feels like Strikeforce is set him up because Dana White wants Jake Shields. The welterweight division needs more challengers for GSP, and it feels like Strikeforce they're doing the same thing that you've seen Dana White did to Tito Ortiz. If you don't remember when Tito Ortiz were leaving, they gave him Machida. That's like, come on. So I don't know. It smells something rotten there. Paul Daly, Paul Daly, who's hot in the UFC. He actually lost to Jake Shields. He was submitted. He was close to knock his ass out, but he was submitted by Jake Shields. That's how good he is. And Jake the Snake Shields calls his style American BJJ, and he got a pointer because with good submission skills and takedowns, wrestling takedowns, the takedowns who actually works, really works. Yeah, American BJJ. All day. Dan Henderson. They actually call him Decision Dan, so it ain't my fault. One of the best pound for pound fighters because he's a hard guy to beat, and when his wrestling style, good upper body control, dirty boxing against the cage, and then his right hook from hell, and he can actually put some mustard behind it because he's a good wrestler. He ain't afraid to be taken down, and he got a shin of granite. He got 7 losses, and you can think, come on, 7 losses, but the only questionable guy is Misaki. The rest is Wanderlei Silva, Ricardo Rona, Little Nog, Big Nog, Rampage, and Anderson Silva. They're good fighters. And he got some spectacular wins. He beat Gilbert Ivel, knocked out Hansel Gracie, knocked out Murilo Bustamante. He beat Vitor Belfort. He almost killed Wanderlei Silva with that crazy bam in Pride when he took the middleweight belt. He got a win with Franklin, and you've seen the Michael Bisping fight. So Dan Henderson, mad respect to him. This fight, how will it go down? Dan Henderson will, try to keep it on his feet because Jake Shields got terrible stand-up. But beware because Dan Henderson have been taken down before. Arona took him down multiple times back in the Pride days, and I don't think Henderson will get submitted, but he will lose the round. So. But this fight can only end in one fashion. This fight won't go the distance. KO Dan Henderson. Hendo is too big and too well-rounded. Aight? Next bout is harder to predict. Gegard Mousasi versus King Mo Lawal. And I rank Mousasi on 3rd place on the best, on the pound for pound list. Okay? Before BD Penn and, all the other guys. Number 1, I have Anderson Silva. And the thing is, Gegard Mousasi, he can beat Anderson Silva. Mark my words, because his stand-up, you talk about Anderson Silva got the best stand-up game in all of MMA. But, Gegard Mousasi stand-up, he actually beat the best K1 fighter from Japan. His name is Musashi, okay? And this guy had beaten guys like Mark Hunt and stuff in K1. So he's a vet, and he's a counter fighter. But he knocked his ass out in the first round. So that's how good Mousasi's stand up is. And Mousasi, he's actually a middleweight, not a light heavyweight, and K1 that heavyweight. So he's packing some power and some good submission skills, because that triangle choke is nasty. And his takedowns, they're not traditional takedowns. He's based in judo with hip pros and in good balance. So he's a different kind of horse. Okay. King Wall, he's a good wrestler. No, a great wrestler for MMA. I believe he got one of the best double leg takedowns in MMA, and he's heavy-handed, but not so technical as Mousasi. But if King Wall is gonna beat Mousasi, he has to bully him and not let him fight in his pace, because if you don't, he will get picked apart. And Gegard Mousasi hasn't fought a guy with King Mo Lawal's wrestling. So how will this fight end? Mousasi will get taken down, and King Mo Lawal will start pounding on him, and pound him. But Gegard Mousasi will choke his ass out with a triangle choke. But I hope that Mousasi will TKO him or KO him standing up. But I like King Mo, so okay, but he's the brother. But Mousasi, he's the man. Aight. And the third bout is the most, it's gonna be the fight of the night. Gilbert Melendez versus Shinya Oki. He's the best fighter from Japan. Takanori Gomi was the man, but he ain't the man any longer. Shinya if you see him fight, you won't forget him, because he comes in yellow, tights, okay, and he cries when he wins, he cries when he loses, and at New Year's Eve he broke his guy's arm, flipped a bird, and come on, he's controversial, and if you watch soccer, when someone get hit and they hold their arms, but they're not really hurt. That's Shinya, controversial style, but he's a good fighter. He is the lightweight Demi Maya. His submission skills is off the hook, and his rubber guard. He's got the best rubber guard in the game. And whoa, Shinya, he's dangerous. He's bad. Gilbert Melendez, though, he's a wild man. He always comes in with high pace. He got only 2 losses, and he faced the guy that he lost and beat him. Josh Thompson and Ishida. So very interesting. And Gilbert Melendez, he's a wrestler, decent striking, but he's a cardio freak. And he will keep on coming, keep on ticking. But Shinya is good off his back, so either decision or submission. Shinya, Gogo Plata. Okay? Which round? Hard to say, but Gogo Plata. Hey. Mayhem Miller is fighting on this card. Against Team Stout. Jason Miller, he will take this, okay? And it's all over!